Alright, hi everyone. So in this video, we will go through a detailed solution of chapter 4 quiz. So take out your chapter 4 quiz now, pause the video, check against the final answer, and skip to the correct interval of the questions, right? You may skip the video to go to the correct questions to look at the solutions, all right? So ready? Let's go. Now in question 1, those of you who got it wrong, you may want to think about numbers. So for example, subtract 5 from 4. So from 4, right? So you will take 4 minus 5. So in the same similar fashion, from something, you must start from this. So start with this, alright? So this must be the starting. So therefore the answer looks like this. For question 2, if you didn't get the answer, one of the most possible mistake, it could be at the y square. So let's take a look at y square. So is there a difference when y is negative 3, right? We write minus 3 square in the calculator. So minus 3 square, if you press this in the calculator, you actually get minus 9. So what the calculator is doing is that you will take minus 3 times 3. Alright? They will take the 3 square and they will ignore the minus sign entirely. Alright, so this is not what you want, right? So what you want is actually minus 3 times minus 3. So how to key that in your calculator? You must press a bracket. So put in the bracket, then you will get the correct thing. So I just want to indicate that this is wrong and this is correct. Okay, so let us look at how the answer looks like. So if you were to sub it in, remember y is negative 3 and this one is with the bracket. Press the calculator, you should get this. Next, for question 3, if I copy down the question, the idea here is I want to group all the like terms together. So how do I group like terms together? You can highlight or you can draw a circle to circle it. So remember, the sign in front of the number belongs to the term. So if I want to understand 2p minus 4p in your calculator is something like 2 minus 4. So if you press your calculator, you will get negative 2, right? So similarly, if 2 minus 2p, you will get negative 2, but with the p. Alright, and the next two things you want to group together is plus 7r minus 3r. So this is like 7 minus 3. So you will get a positive 4, and the other one you will get minus 2p. Alright, so minus 2p comes here. So that's for question 3. Okay, let's go to question 4. Now question 4, I want to expand. So the idea of expand is to remove the bracket. So if I remove the bracket, this is what it means. Every arrow actually means multiply. So very carefully, you want to consider negative 3 times 1. So you want to consider negative 3 times 1. So let us try and write down. If negative 3 times 1, in your calculator you will get negative 3. So this is the orange working. Negative 3 times negative 4. So looking at the answer, negative 3 times negative 4c, you want to press your calculator, what is negative 3 times negative 4. So you get a 12c. Alright, so this is how you derive at the two terms. Okay, so having this idea, we can do the the rainbow method, all right, more quickly. So 2 times x will give you 2x. 2 times 5 will give you 10. And then there's a y there, right? So 10y. The second one, 7 times x, 7x. 7 times negative y, negative 7y. Grouping the like terms together. So let's group the like terms together, shall we? So 2x plus 7x. So this will be 9x. 10y minus 7y. This will give you plus 3y. Alright, so have to be able to group the like terms correctly. Okay, now let's look at 5b. Now similarly, if I want to rainbow, so minus 3 times a will give you 3a, 3 times negative 3 will give you negative 9. So this one no issue. The second one is the tricky one. You have negative 4. So you must take negative 4 times 1 to give you negative 4. Now the second one, if I have negative 4 times negative a, remember, minus times minus will give you plus. So it's actually a plus 4a. Oh, so this is the plus 4a. And finally, you have the final answer. So I want to group the like terms together. So let's go. So 3a plus 4a will give you 7a. And minus 4 minus 3. Minus 9 minus 3 will give you negative 13. Alright, so please circle the terms and press this into your calculator. Moving on, question 6. Now, simplify means I want to express all into a single fraction. And for single fraction to take place, I recall that I must have all with the same denominator, then I can group together into a single fraction. So to make this into a same denominator, I will have to times a number, right? So this one will times 3, this one will times 5. Doing the rainbow, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, I will get 6a plus 9. 5 times 2, 5 times 3, I will get 10a minus 15, then over 15. So now the two denominator is the same. Okay, I'm ready to group them together. So let's go. So now the denominator is the same, right? So I can now group them into a same denominator. So this is incorrect. This is wrong. So what is wrong is that the minus here actually minus the entire fraction, but the minus here only minus the minus here only minus the 10a. So in order to make sure you minus the entire thing, you must bracket this up. So when you bracket this up, you will get So you will get 6a plus 9 minus 10a. Looking carefully at the negative times 15, you actually get a plus 15 and then the denominator. Now, at the final step, I want to group the like terms together. So 6a minus 10a will be minus 4a. Plus 9 plus 15 will be plus 24. Last question, question 7. I want to factorize these together. Now, factorize, to recap, factorize means I want to create some brackets. So how do I create the bracket? So what I can do is I can find common numbers. So this is how it looks like. Looking at 2 and 8, 2 seems to be a common number. So I could take out 2. PQ and PR, P is the common alphabet. It seems that I can take out P. Now, how to factorize? I will take every term, divide by the term that I have taken out. So if I start cancelling, P and P will cancel, and then I will be left with minus Q, right? So this is what you get, minus Q. Looking at the second term, if I were to cancel P and P, I cancel 2 and 8, I will get minus 4R. So minus 4R. Then you may be wondering, why is there another answer here, right? So if I look at this, do you see that the negative sign is common? It's common because every term has a negative sign, which means I can take out the negative sign again, and what I will do is I will divide every term by -1. So in working, this is how it looks like. So remember, minus divided by minus will give you plus, so you don't have to write any sign here. Let's go again, and minus divided by minus will give you plus. So then, therefore, this is the answer. Alright, so here you will get no mark, here you will get full marks. Let me change to red. Here you will get no marks, here you will get full marks. So you need to be able to answer it in this manner because this is factorized. Now last one, same idea. If I were to look at this, then 5, 3 seems to be common, A seems to be common. So I will take every term, divide by 3A. Every term, divide by 3A. So if I do some cancellation, then I'll be left with 5AB, 7C, and 9E. Okay, so I hope this helps you to understand the steps correctly. Okay, I'll see you in chapter 5 quiz video.